Hello friends, it's Loma here, otherwise known as Lomalicious, Lomita, or Momo. My grandson calls me Momo, and guess what? You can call me Momo too. Okay, welcome to day 25. We are getting close to the end, and I'm really sad about it. So today is day 25 of my 28 movies in 28 days for Black History Month, and wow, you can see that it's starting to take a toll, all the bags under my eyes. This was a month I've had little sleep, but it was so worth it. Today's movie that I'm going to talk about is called Mangrove. It's on a series that's on Prime. It's called Small Acts, and it's 5 short films, not too short actually, 5 films for the series, different stories and true life stories about real life events that have happened in England. And because the racism that we face in North America, and basically racism around the world, racism is everywhere. Although we got to get into stuff about the history of race and all that. That's a whole other ballgame. But right now we're going to talk about Mangrove, and this was I think this is my favorite one. The second favorite one was one called Alex Wheatle. I love that one. But education is a good one. That's so important. There's one about the police. And there's one about throwing some reggae jams back in the day, and how it was such an interesting take, because some scenes I felt kind of maybe were a little long in the Lovers Rock one with the reggae party in episode 2, but we'll talk about that. Right now we're focusing on Mangrove. It's about a restaurant owner and that has a restaurant called Mangrove in Notting Hill, and he constantly faces police harassment. Basically, because they were constantly harassed by the police, the owner was, and people were that were associated with the owner, because they also would have a lot of people from the Black Panther Party come and gather there and have some meetings in this restaurant. So anyway, what happens is they decide to have a protest against to fight the police brutality and the police harassment that they are facing, and they end up getting arrested because they want to charge them with riot and something. I will get that after, but it's a serious charge, and so they decide to charge 9 people. So their nickname was the Mangrove Nine, and so it talks about their case, their court case, and some of them want to defend themselves, and they do a phenomenal job. Anyway, it's amazing to see how these stories are not just faced in North America. When it comes to police brutality, it doesn't just happen in America and Canada here. It happens there in England, and it's pretty bad. It's very similar things. So one thing significant in the Mangrove, they feel that they're getting defeated during the trial. So they're discussing it out of court, and the one gentleman says, he said, "No, we are not being defeated." He goes, "Because we made the judge mention race, that this is about race in the court." So basically they had to address the fact, because that is something that is so important. People don't want to address the fact that race has everything to do with it. Okay? They don't. So he goes, "We made the judge address race in his court," which is what he didn't want to do. And that is the truth if I've ever heard it. And I love that line from this movie. And that is the truth. It's the truth in a lot of the conversations we have in everyday life with people. People do not want to address that sometimes race has everything to do with it. That just because of how you look and the color of your skin is what's going to be the factor. And people do not want to admit that. They want to say it could be anything else other than race. But that's not it. And sometimes it's just all about race. Or that is the thing. We have to address the issues that surround racialized people in North America, and everywhere around the world, okay? Because whitewashing doesn't just happen here in North America. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is sometimes people don't want to talk about it, and we have to talk about it. It's about time we talk about it. And it's about time we talk and say that black people have been mistreated, tortured, abused, and it's still continuing to this day. And it's continuing just because of the color of their skin. So this episode, Mangrove, is basically that. If no other restaurant owner in that community is being harassed by police, just him. So, and it's basically because he is a black business owner. 2 is the officer. Oh, I just have to apologize for my afros. This is not good. Too long. But anyway, there's a lot to get into. I love this. I want to talk more about this this series of films by Steve McQueen because it is phenomenal. They're so good. They're all so good. They're all different. They really talk to you about the Caribbean influence. Anyway, I just want to apologize for my fro. It's just not working. And but we'll see you again, my friends. And this journey is coming close to an end, but we shall see you tomorrow. But this discussion is nowhere near done.